Hello, my absolutely beautiful Cancerian friends, and welcome to your horoscope for November of 2022. We're Cancer. Okay, it's Sagittarius season. Every November, your energies light up in the same way every year at this time. So go back to last year and what was going on in your sixth house. Daily routines, health, wellness, including mental health and wellness, projects at work, things with coworkers, right? These very mundane daily things. This is your annual opportunity this month when we hit the Sagittarian season to bring this into some shape, or to take an evaluation of this particular area of your life and make sure that it is the best that it can be. Now, the ruling planet of all of this Sagittarian energy has been retrograde for a while. So beyond where the retrograde was working, you were also having an opportunity to have some veils lifted from you over your daily routines in this area of your life. And this month you get the opportunity to see them start to go forward, which means that in the area of your daily routine, whether you like your job, don't like your job, keeping your job, not keeping your job, like your whatever, that's not the question. That's not the opportunity here. The opportunity that becomes abundantly available for you, Cancer, is to look at this area and see where you can shift even the conversation you have about your daily routine into a dynamic that just makes it so you're broadening your horizons. Your day is filled with a bit more philosophy or adventure that can call to you to allow you to shift your energy, to make it a bit more pleasurable, to have you moving a lot more confidently in your daily routine. And I love that for you. Now we have obviously got an eclipse. We've got a full moon solar eclipse that's going to happen at 16 degrees of Taurus this month, which is going to continue the conversation about shifting in the axes of your charts that we've been seeing for months upon months upon months now. Now, we started out in these axes really in 2021, looking back there. So as we're coming forward around your social life, around social media, around science, around digital things, around organizations you've been connected to, Cancer, you're having a real opportunity to continue to make solid changes. So the month has got a real specific signature for you, and it is whipping up these daily routines and continuing to work on your social sector so that you make sure you've got it, all of these areas to be the very best that they can be for you at this time. But we need these seasons to come around so we can stop and drop down and actually get like a magnifying glass into what's going on in these areas and go, oh, okay, right? It's not always about you're broken and fix you, but if you don't clean your bathroom except for once a year, you go in there and that crazy, it's crazy in there if you only do it once a year, right? Same kind of principles here. All right, Cancer, let's take a look at what is going on. Right at the beginning of the month on the 8th, we're coming in strong with that full moon lunar eclipse at 16 degrees of Taurus, lighting up the 11th house for you. Now, this is friends, social groupings, organizations you are connected to, attached to. I also like to call it the tribe. Right there, it's the tribe, who you're hanging out with, who you're around. Now, in the 11th house as well, these can be a place of achievement. Like you want to be known or you want to be seen or recognized in this particular area for something that you do or you contribute, especially if it makes a grouping or humanity better. So those of you who are in service fields, and I'm telling you, I am always so grateful for new clients that come in and expand, very Sagittarius, right, my view of what's out in the world. So some of you are working in, more secret service-y kinds of positions, right? So you may be seeing shifts in this area of your life connected to that kind of work or service that you're putting out as well. Now, the other thing I look at the 11th house is tech and technology and what's going on for you in the social spaces. As this eclipse is happening, it's asking you to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. It's like, okay, let's make this a little bit more solid. Let's make sure it has value. Let's make sure the relationships, right? All Taurus energies are strong, can endure with you. Do you have a friendship in your life that you're like, I don't know if this friendship can endure and persist and help me recognize my self-worth and my value. Sometimes we've had these long-term relationships in our life and we forget not everything is forever. Right? If it's not working, sometimes it has to come apart. So I would really be interested to hear in the comment section down below, what is changing for you in your 11th house area, that as we have this eclipse and over the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to likely see this area come to some change. Now, another place to take your mind, and I've been talking about it all year long, go back 19 years ago, go back to 2003. What was happening in your life in your 11th house and your 5th house zone? Because for most people, it's like there was this opportunity, something I really wanted to do or I wanted to take on, and now you missed the boat at that time, and now the universe is coming back to get you, and you have more wisdom. You have a better energy to apply to making that dream come true, which I think is a fantastic lead into when we get to the 16th. Venus is going to enter us first into this Sagittarian zone. On the 17th, Mercury is right behind it. And on the 22nd, we welcome the sun into Sagittarius. And then the 23rd, we're going to also welcome in a new moon. So the Sagittarian area of your chart, your daily routines, right? Things you have believed, your horizons, the things that you do that are romantic and fun and feel like an adventure. All of these things have a light up as this season is going for you. So questions I would have for you to ask yourself is, do you like the daily routine that you're in? And what has been your belief structure about the daily routine that you're in, right? Have you thought, it has to be this way because fill in the blank story, but that's actually not bringing enough joy or pleasure or freedom, right? Sagittarius is a very confident, free moving kind of energy when it's in its evolved state. So for you, if it is in your daily relationship with, your daily routine or coworkers or projects in your life, do you feel like you're able to move confidently in them, to them, around them at this time? And if not, what needs to change for you to bring this level of fun, easy, feisty, adventurous fire back to your daily routine? Now, it doesn't always mean that you go out there and quit your job, but what is even your thinking when you're going into work on a daily basis? I tell people all of the time, if you are struggling in your work life, right, show up to be of service. And the only way you can be of service at the place that you work is to know what you're doing there. Go to your company and read the mission statement. What is the mission statement of this place that you work? And then align yourself for whatever time you are there with that, right? This creates this energetic mental release that actually instills more fire and more confidence in you, because you're like, I am just here to do what this mission statement says, and that's it, right? Instead of assigning all of these expectations, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, things can get real big, real fast, right? And it's this intellectual battle of I'm not doing enough, or they want more from me, or whatever that push-pull looks like. So whether it be in your medical relationships, whether it be in projects, co-workers, or your daily routine, where can you even just realign mentally that will shift you spiritually? Now, one of the other things I kind of have a vision for is Sagittarius being that great guru as well. So, I had this question of, in this season, are you bringing in a guru or a teacher or kind of a sage wisdom into your life in this season that helps you shift these perspectives as well? Whatever it is, when we get to the 23rd and we've got this new moon happening at just 1 degree of Sagittarius, it's your opportunity to plant your seeds of intention to begin what you would like to experience on a day-to-day basis in your life. It's an opportunity to bring perspective in that it's like sometimes you have to just be allowed to enjoy the journey without getting all caught up in the details. Sometimes there just has to be some pleasure in the grand scheme of daily living, and you've got an opportunity to plant those seeds here. Now, within 5 minutes, we also see the ruling planet of this lunation, Jupiter, coming out of retrograde at 28 degrees of Pisces, okay? So flashback for a minute with me to May 4th of this year. What was happening for you at 28 degrees of Pisces, right? What was going on for you around travel and your career? These are the two kind of areas I want you to focus on, because we've had Jupiter's retrograde dance between Aries and Pisces, which for you is a 9th house, 10th house dance, okay? So around travel, maybe travel for work, maybe, long distance relationship could be something we're seeing in there. What was going on for you at this time? Now, while Jupiter was retrograde, it really lifted the veil, right? It kind of like clears out the fog a little bit about some truths or some realities that they lack enough wisdom to be substantive for you to build a life on, right? Or it will start to bring you out of what was a fantasy and instead into a grounded reality of how you're going to achieve those things. Okay, so it really takes a little bit of the cloud away. Now, as Jupiter is direct, with the clouds lifted, with different clarity, with different wisdom, with different information, you are able to move confidently in the direction of what you want to do in that career, in that travel, in that higher education, in that training, in that philosophy, in your faith life. Whatever it is, with Jupiter out of retrograde now, you've got this kind of gusto to move forward. And I think that it leads to a really brilliant, fresh start at this new moon. It's like, yes, you are a little bit supercharged to move in the direction of what you would like to begin. So Cancer, it is definitely a month where I want you to slow down a minute, get back into your daily routine and look at it. If you got to write it down, go pen to paper and see how are you living on a daily basis. When you get up and you're walking into work, or when that person emails you, what are you thinking? How is your body changing and shifting? It's really amazing to see ourselves on paper when we write it down, because we have this idea of how we're living on a daily basis, and we really don't realize that the mind-body connection is playing out differently, because that's not really what we're doing. So have a fantastic month. Look at your daily routines. Get in alignment with letting it be what you would like it to be. And if you've got fights with your coworkers, for goodness sakes, let the universe do the heavy lifting, okay? All right, my beautiful friends, I love you a ton from wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye, Cancers.